Hello everyone, it's Dawn. It's great to be back. It seems like it's been a long time, even though it has been a week. Well, for me, it seems like it's been a long time. But I've started my autumn collection and done other bits and pieces. So today we're going to be making a Christmas card, and we're going to be making a scenic bauble card. Now there are several ways you can do this. I've chosen the easiest way so that this method is accessible to just about everybody. You can use dies and stamps and build your own scene up like that, but we're not going to do that today. Maybe in a future video. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you'd like to see another demonstration using stamps and dies, let me know and I'll arrange that for you. But for today, we're going to do a nice, quick and easy one. So this is a 5x7 card, and I'll show you all the other bits as we go along. And I haven't put anything inside yet because I don't know what sentiment I'm going to use. Obviously it's going to be a Christmas one, but I'm not quite sure which one yet. Depends who it goes to. So let's get started. I've already put the backing paper. It's a different backing paper, but it's the same style. It's a different scene as well, but that's all right. So I have already put the backing paper on the card that we're going to make today. And this is just wrapping paper. This is just wrapping paper. I believe it came from WH Smith over here in the UK. I will check their website to see if they've still got it in, and if they have, I will add it in the link below. So this is wrapping paper, nice snowflake one, because it's still a snowy scene. And what I've done, I've also cut, let me just slide that to one side for a second. I've cut, this is again 5x7 card, same as the one that I showed you just a minute ago. This is a 6x4 mirror card mat, silver mat. Now, I'm going to give you a bit of a secret as to how, well, it's not really a secret, but a tip as to how I cut my mats, or some of them anyway. So if I'm making a 5x7 card, but I only want a 6x4 mat, but I don't want any others, if I want other mats, I have a different way of doing it, which I'll show you in a future video. Card making basics, cutting and measuring. I'll show you how I do that in another video. But if I'm making a 5x7 and all I need is a 6x4 mat, all I do, this is, I didn't use this embossing folder. This is a 6x4 embossing folder. And all I did was I put it on the back of my mirror mat, in this case, drew around it and cut it out. Then it's all measured for you. All you've got to do is cut it out, draw it out and cut it out. You don't have to measure it. So that's a quick and simple way, and I will expand upon that, as I say, in a future video. So let's just bring that to the centre, and on the back I have got some foam tape on here, which I'm hoping will come off reasonably easily. So I've got my foam tape there. Oh, it did come off easily, wonderful. And I'm going to turn that over, bring my card into hopefully into roughly the middle of my screen. Just have a look there to see that it is, and lay it down where I want it. So I'm going to put mine there, and you won't, so I know it's because I didn't wash my hands before I started. I know I'm putting fingerprints on this, but by the time it's finished you won't see much of them anyway, so I wouldn't worry. And then obviously we need our scenic bauble. So I'll show you what I've used. I have used, for this one, I'm using, this is actually an old Christmas card from last year that I held on to. I liked the scenery on it, and I liked the picture. And I thought that might come in useful sometime, and indeed it has. So what I've done is I've just taken my any circular die you like, it depends what size bauble you want, and I put that over there, or I put that with the cutting side down in my case, because that's what my machine takes, and ran it through my machine, and once I've done that, I popped it out, and there you have your bauble. So that was easy, wasn't it? So I'll just pop that die to one side so I don't lose it, because that's the one of the ones I use a lot. So now what we're going to do, we need to add this to our card, like that. So I'm just going to use, what am I going to use? I was going to use glue stick, but sometimes glue stick doesn't stick to mirror mat or mirror card. So I'm actually going to use my red runner tape for this one. You can use a flat glue or a construction weight glue if you want to, or a tacky glue, but I haven't got my tacky glue out today, so we're going to use that. And I'm going to stick that slightly below centre, I think. About there. That will do, I think, very nicely. And I have made from a scrap, and it was a scrap too, of gold mirror card, I've made what would be this little bit that you see on the top of a bauble. Usually you'd see a loop, a hanging loop, and you'd see a fluted edge. That's called a crown. It's called the crown of the bauble, but I haven't used a crown today because by the time we're finished with it, we're going to be putting something on the top. You're not going to see it, so all you need is just a bit to suggest that it is a bauble. Now, I haven't even measured this. This is roughly a ½ an inch square. So I will add all these measurements, even the rough ones, in the description box below. And again, I'm going to use my red runner tape, and I'm just going to balance that. Actually, I'm just going to tuck it behind the bauble like that. So you've got a bit like that now. Now, here I have die cut myself 4 fern leaves from ordinary green cardstock. Nothing special about this green cardstock, it's just ordinary plain green. And I have got myself a sentiment from my Christmas stash drawer which says Winter Wonderland. Now, I tried several methods with this, and I found the easiest way of doing this, or certainly the most effective way, is, well, for me it was the easiest. If you find another way that's easier for you, that's absolutely wonderful. But I find the easiest way is sticking the ferny bits onto the back of the sentiment before doing it, before trying to, I tried the first time round to glue those or stick those to that bit first, and I got into an awful mess. So we're going to do it this way. So again, I'm going to use my red runner tape, probably across most of it. And of course, the problem with doing that is you get it stuck to your fingers. And how did I do the other one? Oh yes, right, okay. Right, I've got it just off camera. So I'm going to make sure I put them the right side, well, the wrong side facing me, so that it's the right side when I turn it over. So we're going to put one there, and I'm going to have one coming down like that. Then I'm going to do the same on the other side. So we're going to pop one there like that. Oh, that didn't stick on, never mind, just push it over. If that happens, just push it over a bit further, like that. And the other one just coming down slightly. And so that this props up, what I'm going to do on the back of here, I am going to put just a small strip of a fairly thin foam tape, just to keep it all together. So that will go over the backs of the fern leaves. Take that off like that. I'm amazed at how quickly that came off. And so you'll see what I mean. Once we've stuck that down, I'm going to stick that down about there. So you can still see a little bit of what would have been the crown, but you can't see much of it. So it doesn't really matter what it looks like, as long as it gives the illusion of the hangy bit at the top. So there we go, or to give it its proper name, the crown. There is our scenic bauble card, all made and ready. Now that was quick and easy, wasn't it? So I hope you've enjoyed this project and found it helpful, and that indeed you raise your own Christmas cards or even your own paper packs that you've got and make your own scenic bauble cards, either like this, or if you've got your own stamps. And oh, there's something else I meant to do. I've not. There was I thinking, oh, I finished this. Now you can call this finished if you want. That was almost this week's deliberate mistake. You can leave it like that if you wanted to, but you don't have to do this. This is pure indulgence on my part, because I've noticed my little tub here of silver glitter powder is out. It's actually silver, no it's not, it's silver eyeshadow, which I would never use. I'd never wear in a million years, because I don't wear makeup for one thing. But it was given to me as a gift, and I thought, well, you never know. You know us crafters, or is it we crafters? Not much good at English grammar. I think it's we crafters, but whatever you call it. Crafters will use anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use a bit of tissue. This is just kitchen tissue, kitchen towel. Paper towel anyway, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to take a little bit like that, and all we're going to do is rub it over like that, and we're going to then move the tissue round like that and give it a rub. So it will shine, but it will mute it down a little bit, but you'll still get a bit of that glitter. So I'm just going to rub that off a little bit, because I think I put a little bit too much on, but that's all right. So give it a good rub, give it a nice buffing up. And I haven't wiped it all off, so there you go. It will just add a little bit of a shine. It doesn't show much, but if I haven't got any light to hold it to, otherwise I'd show you. But if you hold it to a light source, actually, if I hold it, I was going to say I'll hold it up to my window, which is behind me, but if I do that, it'll disappear off screen. But you can see it a little bit shining, and it'll give you a bit of a reflection from behind. Now, if that goes, I meant to do that earlier, but again, if it does go onto your card, just find a bit of tissue that hasn't got any paste on it and just buff it off. No problem at all. Just give it a good wipe. Mirror card is quite sturdy and it'll take any form of abuse. So there we go. Finally, there is our mirror, or our mirror card backing, and our scenic bauble card. So I hope you've enjoyed that and indeed found it useful, including the optional extra, which I almost forgot. So when you come back on Friday, I'll be back on Friday again now, and I'll be showing you a different crafting project. So I hope you can join me for that. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. Take care, everybody. Have fun. And as always, happy crafting. Bye-bye for now.